Hello everybody, welcome to Kitty's Kitchen. Happy 4th of July weekend. This is the 4th of July is happening on Sunday, tomorrow, and it's the year 2021. So we have an extended weekend that is to celebrate the 4th of July. So everybody, I hope you're with your friends and family to celebrate. And I'm going to be doing such things as well. So on the menu tonight, I'm making a special thing. I'm making a surf and turf dinner, but mostly importantly, I'm going to be making crab cakes for the first time. And this is the best crab cake recipe that I picked off the internet. So let's just look and see what we have as ingredients as far as the best crab cake recipe. Firstly, half a cup of Hellmann's mustard. It's going to call for a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Hellmann's mayonnaise, and a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. It's going to call for Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco hot sauce, lemon zest, and maybe even lemon slices at the end. I've ground up a pepper with my mortar and pestle here, which is these ground black peppers here. So this is some freshly ground black pepper action, which is a trick I learned from my brother, who's actually a very excellent chef. He's a very talented in the culinary arts. In fact, I think he even surpasses me in culinary deliciousness. But and I learned the ground pepper. You have to ground your own pepper to make it super deluxe. Okay, so a lightly beaten egg, just one egg, and we have a 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs, which is not very many breadcrumbs as I can see that. That's not very many. And in order to cook the cakes, you would need a little bit of butter, maybe a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of butter. And 2 tablespoons of parsley, which I have cut right here. So the crab meat is a little expensive, but it's totally worth it. You can get the jumbo lump crab at the grocery store. It usually comes in a tub type situation, and here it is in this bowl here. So I'm just going to leave that there, and we're going to just go ahead and add the other ingredients that what we're going to add to the crab cakes, and then go from there. So it does call for a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, so I'll just go ahead and put the mayonnaise in this bowl here. I'll put all the ingredients into this bowl right here. So about a 1/2 cup. I don't have really a 1/2 cup measuring utensil, but I can kind of eyeball it. That's about a 1/2 cup right there. It's fine. And a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, which I have the end of 1 tablespoon. I have the end of 1 mustard and the beginning of another. So let's see if we can get a tablespoon out of here. That's a little less than a tablespoon. Okay. And then just open this one up and continue on. This is a fresh Dijon, and it's just original Dijon Meili brand. Okay, it's just the regular Dijon original. So it should be good with some fresh stuff here. Okay, so that's about a tablespoon. So we'll add that into the mayonnaise mixture. calls for 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, so I've already prepared that. So that goes into the mixture. This is lemon zest. The zest of the lemon is off of the skin of a lemon. That's where you get the zest. Okay, so it calls for 1 teaspoon, which I'm going to go ahead and keep this teaspoon right here. And we're going to make 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, another splash for good luck. Okay, and put that away. And 1 teaspoon of Tabasco. So this comes out a little bit funny. It comes out in droplets. So let's see if we can get a whole teaspoon right here. I chose this recipe over the Maryland crab cakes because Maryland crab cakes wants you to use Old Bay seasoning. And I know I'm from Maryland area. I grew up in Bethesda, Maryland. But I never did really get into Old Bay seasoning. It was never really my favorite. I don't know why. I just wasn't partial to Old Bay seasoning too much. But there's another option that if you want to go the Maryland crab cake way, you can get the Old Bay seasoning and do it that way. But I chose to not do that this time. Okay, so let's we got the Tabasco in, so let's go ahead and put the egg in. This is 1 lightly beaten egg. And 2 tablespoons of parsley we'll put in. This is the parsley right here. So just go ahead and, I've already cut it up. It calls for about 2 tablespoons. You could probably use a teensy bit more than that, but I want to try to stick to the recipe as close as I can this first time making this particular recipe. Okay, so a couple of tablespoons of parsley right there, okay? Sorry, I'm using my fingers. It's okay, they're clean. And the panko, 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs. And this particular recipe does call for panko because it's panko is a very light breaded breadcrumb. It's not a heavy breadcrumb. And they wanted, in particular, to have a light feeling about them. Okay, so I've got my ground black pepper here. I'm going to add that. Okay. And now to stir. So you've got all these ingredients in there. So we're going to just stir it all up. Make it into a mixture. They have a Star Wars marathon on today, and I thought that was really cool because I've been watching The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and now it's Revenge of the Sith, so they've been on doing that all day as I've been kind of doing housework and things. I'm expecting a few people for the 4th of July festivities, a friend tonight and tomorrow. And so getting a little housework done with a little bit of Star Wars in the background was pretty fun. And it's still going on now. Darth Vader is becoming Darth Vader. Okay. So it's a nice kind of creamy color here with some leaves in it that are the parsley. So that's nice. And let's go over here to the crab. Let's see if I can get you. Oh my, this is a little loose here. Let me fix this. Okay, there we are. Okay, so here's the crab. The crab mixture, so let's go ahead and put our mixture that we just put together into the crab. I can smell all the wonderful flavors. I can even smell the Tabasco. So, all right. So now we have the mixture into the crab. So now it's time to get your hands dirty. Time to gently fold in this sauce into the crab. Oh, it looks nice so far. And now the trick is to make them into little patties. So the recipe calls for about 8 patties or so. So let's try that. Let's see what we do here. I have prepared some parchment paper here on a baking sheet. And let's see if we can just put the crab cake in there. See how easy this is? This is so easy, my goodness. I can't believe I've never done this before. I mean, like initially, like honestly, I'm not really a seafoody type person initially, but I do have a craving for some fish every now and then. I do like shrimp. My good childhood friend, Jace, who I just saw this weekend, it's a great treat. He came up from South Carolina with his kids. His son was doing a lacrosse camp at Gonzaga, which was really fun. I went to go and watch him, and we had a fun time together. Kind of a reunion, some Gonzaga alumni and everything that I knew from my youth growing up. He makes the best bacon wrapped shrimp, and he's really got a great recipe for bacon wrapped shrimp that I cannot. I mean, I've tried, but I cannot even replicate. He's also got a grill back in his backyard, so he can grill it, which is a plus. The closest thing I have to a grill is a panini maker, which we might see later on today when I'm making the steak for the surf and turf. Okay, so far we have, if you can see, 4 crab cakes, okay? And I want to dedicate this video to a good friend of mine, Samuel Sams, who's an excellent person, an excellent chef as well, who I initially wanted to have him come over and be a guest cook on my Kitty's Kitchen cooking show, but he recently got into an accident and is healing and recovering from that, so he wasn't able to be with us today. So I just wanted to let him know thoughts and prayers are with him in his recovery, and hopefully he can be on our show again another time, you know, when he's better and when the Spirit moves him to come on my show. That'd be great. Woo. But let me wash my hands here real quick. Okay. So it looks like I made 6 crab cakes, okay? And this is what they look like. Now the next step is to chill them in the refrigerator. So I'm going to put them in the refrigerator for 30 minutes or so. It said at least 30 minutes, so I'm going to do at least 30 minutes. My guest is arriving maybe like in an hour or so, but I figure it's okay to chill them a little longer, because what the chilling in the refrigerator does is it hardens the cake and makes it easier for you to grill, to saute, or that's how I'm going to do it, is the sauteing on a pan. So leaving it in the refrigerator is going to solidify, hopefully, the ingredients. So we'll see when that happens. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and push pause, and we'll be back hopefully when I'm ready to do the actual cooking or grilling slash cooking slash grilling. Okay, so thanks for being with me so far, and again, enjoy your day. Happy 4th. Okay, we're back. Hello. All right, so it's time to do the grilling, right? So I have my handy dandy panini maker right here. It's got like grill marks on it, and I have my pan here that we're going to saute the crab cakes in. So this is the final moment of our video. So firstly, I have the 2 steaks for the surf and turf, and I've put a little bit of olive oil on it, just a little bit of olive oil on the steaks. And so now I like to put Montreal seasoning on the steaks because I think this is probably the best steak seasoning that's out there, in my opinion. So just put a little bit of the seasoning on there. Okay. And on the other side, just put a little seasoning on the other side too. You can hear it sizzling away. It's sizzling, it's cooking. Okay, that'll be our turf for surf and turf. In the meantime, we've got a little bit of butter to melt in there for the crab cakes. And let's see how the crab cakes did. Here are the crab cakes. So in the refrigerator, they kind of solidified. They're a little bit harder than when I put them together. That's good. They did solidify. That's really good. So once the butter melts in this pan, we'll go ahead and put the crab cakes in. And I think your butter would be better. You could also use olive oil if you choose to use olive oil. That's just fine too, if you want to go that way. But I think your butter has a little bit of more flavor. So I think that the buttery flavor of in the crab cake might be delicious. So that's just my personal thought. Okay. So let's add this. Crab cakes. And they are sticking together pretty well. Right in here. I think we'll be able to fit, hopefully we'll be able to fit all 6 of them. And they did keep their form. Do you see that? They're still in their nice form, in the cake form. And then maybe one in the middle. Okay, so that's cooking. We'll put this over here. In the meantime, close that up. The panini maker cooks on both ends, on the top and the bottom. But they did say for the crab cakes about 3 minutes per side, so it's going to be a real quick cook. So you don't need to cook them longer than, I'd say maybe like 6-7 minutes or so. So this is the surf and turf dinner. It should be really nice. I'm looking forward to it. And as you can see, here's my masthead kitty's kitchen that was gifted to me. And if you look over here, here are my goodies for the 4th of July tomorrow. I've got some chips and dips and things like that. I'm having a couple people over. And so we're going to have a little cheese dip and some Tostitos and chips and things, and maybe some, I'm going to make some deviled eggs. My famous 4th of July deviled eggs, which should be nice. That should be fun. I'll cook them tomorrow. But in the meantime tonight is the surf and turf. It's cooking. And you want to wait and flip the crab cakes until they're golden brown on each side. So that's the signal to flip them is when they get golden brown on the bottom. And it looks like they're getting golden as we speak. So let me look. You know, I'm not any like restaurant chef or anything like that. I mean, like at those hamburger places and everything, like how they cook rare to medium to well done and everything. Like I never was an expert on timing when it came to meat and everything. I always have to kind of cut it and look on the inside in order to see like what the doneness is. So I hope that I hope I can estimate the nice steak here. But it's kind of a low heat. These panini makers aren't as hot as a regular grill, so. Okay, let me see. I think this is. Maybe we can lift these. Oh, they're falling apart just a little bit, but they're probably going to be very tasty. Oh, a little bit of falling apart here. It'll be good though. Get out the steak knife and check. Alright, that looks like a little bit of medium there. So I like my steaks medium. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Here we are, and unplug this. That way it'll cool. In the meantime, I've got my crab cakes here. They fell apart just a little bit, but it's not bad. They still kind of resemble cakes and things, but some of them didn't make it through this lid. I can show you. Should be good. I mean, you know, sometimes you just have to not worry so much about what it looks like, but just how it tastes. That's like the main key thing. So, should be a nice dinner. Surf and turf, baby, all the way. for the 4th of July weekend. I hope you and your families are doing something to celebrate and relax for a minute, or take a holiday, which is on Monday, and take the day of 4th of July to remember how great this country is and how blessed we are to be as free as we are. And we can be so free that we can protest, you know, but in a way, I kind of like to be a patriot and love my country and love the freedoms that it has given me. And that's kind of where I stand, is I appreciate my freedom. And I appreciate everything that this country has given me in my life. So I have no complaints. I think we need to work on some things, truly. But I don't think that we should hate this country. I don't think there's any room for hate. I don't think anybody should hate anything. And if you don't like this country, hey, you can move, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. I've got a plate here. Let's see. It's been about 3 minutes on each side. Oh, that crab cake looks delicious. This one's a little more flaky, kind of falling apart. This one's falling apart slightly a little bit too, but still not too bad. This one's totally falling apart right here. Okay. And I think maybe I need another plate. This is the final crab cake. This one fell apart totally. But probably the insides are going to be pretty good. Okay, that one didn't turn into a cake. All right, but what we do have is these nice cakes here, and we can pick off that one. That's fine. Anyway, all right. Let me turn it into a plate. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Now I'll show you the finished product, the finished plates. Here's crab cake and steak, surf and turf, with lemon and parsley. All right. So enjoy your nights, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. And again, have a happy and great and safe 4th of July. Thank you. God bless America. God bless you. Thank you.